Hello and welcome to another video on the Dobbin Family channel. This video is in response to the Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor, and George Floyd killings. So stay tuned. Now, I do this video with a slight bit of inhibition and trepidation because I personally have never been a victim of oppression. I've never been a victim of racism. I have been manhandled and tossed around by the police for being in the wrong place at the wrong time, doing the wrong thing with one of my friends. But I, to this day, feel that was justified for the situation at hand. They were trying to save lives and do what they needed to do to make sure that we didn't harm anyone, even though we had no intentions of harming anyone. But that being said, I've also never been a police officer, so I can't put myself in their position. Now, what I can say is that I formerly, years ago, was a racist. I did see people for their skin color, and I did prejudge people because of their skin color. That being said, I grew up around my grandfathers who were great men. But one of my grandfathers, and I remember this to this day, had a black lab, and he called it his N-word dog. He did not say N-word, he used the full word, but that was his dog. That's what he called it. He was from a different time and a different era where the N-word was common nomenclature. They said that all the time. They didn't call them African Americans. They didn't call black people black people. They didn't call African Americans African Americans. They called them that. And in his old age, he continued, unfortunately, and that kind of rubbed off on me. As I've said in my previous video, do better every day. Grow in your relationship with Jesus Christ. And through my growth in relationship with Jesus Christ, I now see everybody as my brother or my sister, because they are my brother in Jesus Christ. They are my sister in Jesus Christ. It doesn't matter their skin color, doesn't matter their ethnicity, doesn't matter their sexual preference. The Dobbin family does not have any prejudice against anyone. Again, against skin color, against ethnicity, against sexual preference, against how they identify. We don't prejudge anybody. We don't have any prejudice against anyone. Everyone is our brother or sister in Jesus Christ. And that's just the way that it is, through our growth in Jesus Christ. And my hope is that this world will grow in their relationship with Jesus Christ. And we won't see skin color. We won't see ethnicity. We won't see sexual preference. We won't see gender identity. That's what this world needs. Let me put it to you this way. Kenny, my son, not even my biological son, my adoptive son, has black hair. I don't see him as a person with black hair. Isaac, my stepson, my son, has blonde hair. I don't see him as an individual with blonde hair. I see him as my son. My mom, towards the end of summertime in August, she loves to spend time out in the sun. My mom really, really loves the sun and loves to, get tan, and she gets very, very tan. So towards the end of August, she either looks heavily Hispanic or she looks African American in August. I see her as my mom whom I love. I don't see her as a white person, a brown person, or a black person, depending upon the time of year. I see her as my mother whom I love. When I saw the video, and I have a tough time watching the video of George Floyd, so I kind of look away a little from time to time. But when I watched that video, the first time I actually watched it, before I even knew what it was, I saw it on Facebook, I watched it, I saw a bad cop killing an innocent man who was not fighting back. I didn't see a white police officer and a black man. I saw a bad cop killing a man who wasn't fighting back. Those people out there who are protesting right now, and I'm sorry again, I've never been in your shoes, but this is the way that I see it. This is my personal opinion. But yes, Black Lives Matter. All lives matter. life matters. Life matters to you. Life matters to me. In Genesis 1:27 it says, God created all men in his image. It doesn't say that he created white men in his image. It doesn't say that he created black men in his image. It doesn't say that he created African Americans or Latinos or Asians or anyone else in his image. He created all men in his image. And our Constitution, Bill of Rights, says that all men are created equal. All men. Let's stop seeing skin color. Let's stop destroying our communities because a man died. I'm not saying a black man died. I'm saying a man died. Okay? Let's stop destroying our communities. Eventually, this is going to be over. And I hope that that police officer gets whatever justice that he deserves. That's not for me to decide. That's for the judicial system to decide. That's for God to decide what he deserves. But when this is all over, we're going to want to go shopping. People are going to want to go back to work. People are going to need to make a living. We're coming off of this COVID-19 pandemic where people lost a substantial amount of income because businesses were closed and they couldn't do business. And now we're destroying businesses so people can't go back to work. Let's look towards Martin Luther King Jr. And let's have a protest like he had a protest. Let's walk down the streets in a peaceful protest, arm in arm. And let's tell the police department we're sick of it. We're sick of innocent people dying. Innocent people. Not just black people, not just white people. Innocent people dying by the hands of our police officers. We're tired of it. No innocent person should ever be killed in any way, shape, or form. And it's not for us to decide when they die anyway. Even if they're innocent or guilty. It's not for us to decide. That's for God to decide. If you have to protect yourself, by all means protect yourself. If you have to protect your family, by all means protect your family. By whatever means that you deem necessary. But no man should ever have to die who's not an immediate threat. Let's peacefully protest. No more people have to die. No more people have to suffer because of the situation. Let's lock arm in arm and have a peaceful protest. And let the government, let the police department, and the world know that we're sick of it. We're sick of innocent people dying. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. Share your comments below. Let me know. You know, again, we pray for you all. We're praying for the world right now. We're praying for our communities. And we're praying for the families of Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor, and George Floyd. We're praying for you guys as well. I hope that you guys can eventually come to terms with this situation, come to peace with this situation, and your loved ones will be greatly missed. But again, we love you all. Thank you for watching, and God bless.